You've been working on your characters for years. You got the chance to grow up with them. What the main lesson Tessa and Hardin taught you all over this year? Something you will always thank them for?
I think because we've been so lucky to play these roles in such like a fundamental turning point in your lives when you're coming out of your teens and you're becoming an adult, and so much more than just what the characters have taught me on screen, which is an abundance of things, but just also the experience, the whole fandom, the whole franchise, the experience of traveling, and I honestly can't put it down into one thing. I feel like it's taught me almost everything I've learned over the past 4 years because it's been, such a huge part of my life. So
I'm very thankful for the experiences that I've had because of playing Tess, and while I've been playing her and doing these films, there's a lot of invaluable memories and life lessons that I think that I've learned.
Speaking about the relationship between you and your characters, is there something of your characters you'd like to have and something you think your character should take from you?
I would
like you go. I would like to have Hardin's car because it's a lovely car. I would like Hardin to maybe think a bit more before he acts and try and work on using logic over emotional impulses sometimes, because he's a very intelligent guy. I just think he needs to breathe a bit more before he makes rash decisions.
I would like to have her degree. I don't think she's finished it yet, but I don't have any qualifications. Like, if the acting thing doesn't work out, I'm kind of screwed. What she should take from me is, I don't know. I think she's great. I think she's a great character, and I don't think she should have anything from me.
We all know that the third and the fourth movie were shoot back to back. And this is kind of a big deal in terms of schedules, time. You had to learn twice the lines for the shooting. So my question is, how did you manage to survive?
Do you know what, bro? I think such a good question, and I think that we didn't have any tricks. We just burnt out towards the end. It just makes you realize maybe everyone who does one film is using 50% of their capacity, because it felt like we really ran ourselves into the ground. It was just hard work, but everyone chipped in and knuckled down and we got it done. But I don't think there was particularly any key trick to it. You just kind of accept the fact that we're lucky to be here working through a pandemic and we only have so much time, so let's get the job done. And it was definitely hard work for everyone involved, but I think we're all proud to have been a part of it.
About this third movie, what are the things the fans will go crazy for?
I think that the fans are going to be happy that this one's a faithful adaptation to the books, and I think that the tone is different and it's grittier, and they're going to really like that. And we have a bunch of new, wonderful actors in it, and I think they're going to be very happy. In this film, we really get into Tessa and Hardin's relationship more. They have a lot more one-on-one scenes and conversations and fights, and I think they're going to enjoy that.
I think there's more of what they liked in 1 and 2. I agree that Joe said that Castile's brought a nice different style and tone to the film. I think it's a slightly more mature theme, which works with the fact the characters have grown up a bit. I think the dials have been turned up a little bit more in this one. It's my favourite so far of the franchise, so I think for abundance of reasons, everyone should go check it out.
I know from some research I did that you heroes stole some Hardin's wardrobe from the set. I don't know about you, Josephine. Is there something you would have loved to steal from the set but you couldn't?
There's a BMW i8 that I really, really like. I would like that.
You, hero?
I'll take the car as well. But no, something that I was lucky I got to take a fair bit of wardrobe. A lot of the more important props I think are being held in case, emergency reshoot kind of situations. So we weren't actually allowed to take as much as we would have liked. But yeah, me and Joe will work on those cars and maybe try and find a way to bring them back. But no, until then, I think all we could really take was wardrobe.
Kids nowadays have after. What movies were your favorites growing up?
Iron Giant was my favorite film as a kid. To mention one, as a kid, I loved that film.
The Fifth Element.
Can you describe your partner in only 3 words?
Smart, confident, talented.
Thoughtful. I want to say talented as well because I always use that one. So I'd say thoughtful, talented, and caring.
This question might be easy for Hero, since he already played a future Slytherin. I would like to know which Harry Potter house do you think you and
Ravenclaw.
Your character belongs to?
We're Slytherin. Everyone over this side is Slytherin, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You think you would be Slytherin?
Also, I just realised I think I used 2 of the same words you did on describing each other, but it's always very hard to do that anyway, so it's fine to just carry on.
Yeah. That's fascinating. I would be Ravenclaw. Tessa would be Gryffindor or Hufflepuff.
I'm Slytherin, like here.
What is with? So what's Slytherin?
We can't tell you. You can't sit here.
I agree. If you could go back in time, what advice would you give yourself?
If I could go back in time, I would do so much more than just give myself advice. But I'm so lucky to be in the position that I'm in today. I'd honestly just tell myself to continue to be kind. It's important, and don't worry. I feel like a message out there just to all like teenagers in general. It feels so much harder than it is at the time. You'll get through it and you'll look back and it will be absolutely fine. So I just say, don't worry, smile more.
I probably would say to myself, it's just as hard as you think it's going to be. I'm not sure if I would give myself advice. I'd probably just like lurk behind a corner and watch myself and be really, because I wouldn't want to mess with the space-time continuum, and I wouldn't want to create like issues with the multiverse and the timeline and everything. So I would be very careful.
Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you.